The New England Conference United Methodist Women strive to be circles of hope in a world filled with injustice. The theme of our annual meeting was Setting the Captives Free. We learned about human trafficking and various ways we can help to combat this modern-day form of slavery. Kimberly Casey from Love 146 spoke about her organization's efforts to assist victims in the New Haven, Connecticut area. Jada White, Nia Samuels, and Janina Cruzel from Student Abolitionists Stopping Slavery are high school students from the Metropolitan Learning Center in Bloomfield, Connecticut. They spoke about their efforts to educate the community about human trafficking and to lobby the federal government to create a national task force on trafficking, as well as asking Congress to reauthorize the Trafficking Victims Protection Act. Karen Prudente is a human trafficking consultant for the National Office of United Methodist Women. She spoke about ways UMW members are working to end this despicable practice. For example, human trafficking laws in Maine and Rhode Island are among the worst in our country. After this program, we decided to lobby our state legislatures to allocate funds to publicize the National Human Trafficking Hotline. This past spring, we held a seminar on climate justice at the Church Center for the United Nations. Dr. Alex Rouhani, who is a research scientist with the NASA Goddard Institute for Space Studies and Columbia University Center for Climate Systems Research. Dr. Rouhani explained the science between climate change and the expected effects if the Earth continues to get warmer. Average temperatures across the northeast United States have increased 2 degrees since 1895. Our annual rainfall has increased by 5 inches, and our sea level has risen 1 foot since 1900. Precipitation has increased 74% in our area since 1958, more than any other region of the country. Severe storms are more frequent than in the past, and the behavior of weather patterns are changing. Dr. Jamel Ahmad, Deputy Director of the New York office, United Nations Environment Program, spoke about the efforts of the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change to obtain a global treaty. The Kyoto Treaty expired in 2012. The global community will be meeting in Paris this coming November in hopes of creating a treaty to reduce carbon emissions that will be ratified by all 193 member nations. The Reverend Fletcher Harper, Director of Green Faith, spoke about his organization's efforts to educate churches in energy reduction and green practices. Elizabeth Broad from Catskill Mountain Keeper spoke about her organization's successful efforts to ban fracking in New York. Joanna Paturi, a climate change fellow with the Women's Environment and Development Organization, spoke about her group's efforts to ensure that issues of concern to women are included in the upcoming treaty talks in Paris. We participated in various activities, including a walking tour of West Harlem, where we could directly learn how environmental damage affects poorer communities much more than wealthier ones. Climate change is a justice issue. It affects the tropical regions of the earth more severely than the more temperate regions and is hardest on the poor. The climate is changing, and we are the cause. Climate change impacts natural systems and our human society. Scientists understand and can predict the changes that will occur. We must reduce the carbon levels in the atmosphere and prepare for the consequences of the changing climate. Climate justice has been a priority issue of United Methodist Women for the current quadrennium ending in 2016. We are so concerned about our planet that it will continue to be a priority issue for the next quadrennium as well. The New England Conference United Methodist Women are deeply concerned about both human trafficking and climate justice. We are powered by our witness and service to work on these issues as we live out our mission of faith, hope, and love in action.